Hello, students. Students, in the previous lecture, we have discussed what is Java compiler and the interpreter. What we will see, students, in this lecture, we will see what is the actual role of the compiler and the interpreter from the conversion of a Java source code into a machine code, a program that is written in a Java programming language, and how to convert and what is the actual role of the compiler and the interpreter for the conversion of a Java source code into a machine code, so that a computer system can easily understand the human instructions or human commands uh, to perform any task. So students, you can see in the diagram, and this is, and here this one is a source code that is written in a Java programming language, and this is compiler, students. And compiler is a language translator that converts that converts a Java source code into a white code. That is the students, here a new term is white code, that is the intermediate code. It means a Java source code, a white code is the outcome of the after the compilation process of Java source code. And now interpreter, and white code, students, is not a machine code. White code is not a machine code, students. So, and here the role of the interpreter is that interpreter uh, converts this white code into machine specific code. If you want, machine specific code means the platform specific code. If your system is installed in OS 2, Unix, Windows 8, and whatever platform, whatever operating system is installed in your system, and then interpreter can converts the white code into a operating system specific code, that is the machine code. uh, and through this machine code, a computer can easily understand the instructions or command given by the human beings also. And now student, uh, is referred as a Java virtual machine, and that is the reason, just because of interpreter converts the white code into the machine code. That's why a Java interpreter is also referred as Java virtual machine. And now students, we will talk about Java libraries in JDK 1.3. Students, uh, as we all know that libraries is a place and where all study related tools means books, magazines, newspapers uh, are available in the similar way. And every programming language has a uh, specific libraries. In these libraries, there are some specific functions, values, classes are predefined also, and so that a user can easily use the specific function of that class to perform any kind of action. And now students, a Java libraries is divided in Java libraries contains of various packages. And what is Java package? And Java package is a collection of various classes, and each and every classes have some specific functions. And if you want to implement the functionality of these functions in your Java program, you must keep a point in your minds. You have to use the import keyword. use the import keyword for implementing that package. And here you can see, students, in the example, and if you want to implement the any class of that is inbuilt in the java.io package, so you have to write down uh, like this: import java.io dot asterisk and semicolon. And here, students, the meaning of this statement is there is a java package in and there is a sub package named as io, and in the io package there are various classes, and all the classes are included in your java program. So here, students, for the all the classes inclusion, asterisk is written here. If you want to specific, if you want to implement the function of a specific class, and you can also write a name of specific class, students. And now, students, one important point you have to remember, and java.lang package is a default package of the java programming. It will automatically implemented in any java program. Okay, students. And there are some java package that have a specific application areas. And here, student, java.lang package uh, supports the classes containing the string and characters, maths and integer thread functions also. And java.io package supports the classes to deal with the input output statement, and java.applet package supports the classes to generate the applet specific environment, and java.net uh, package supports the classes for the network related operations and dealing with the url. And java awt means abstract window toolkit, and this package supports the abstract window toolkit and managing the gui. And java.txt that supports the classes for dates, times and currency. And math package supports the mathematical functions such as square roots, uh, and also. And students, this is all about your java package, and there are various java package, and what is the application area of. And next, students, we'll talk about the java reserved words. Java reserved words or keywords are those words which have a specific meaning to the system compiler. And so here, students, there are some words that are enlisted. You can use these keywords or reserve words in your program to implement their functionality also. And students, one important point is that should be remembered, and all the keywords of java programming language written in lower case. So, students, and the java keywords is a case sensitive, so you should keep this point in your mind. And now, and different types of java programming, and we have studied that and Java programming language can be used for the various kinds of applications, that may be desktop applications or standalone applications, web applications, and the applet applications also. And now students, applet applications, that the application that run on the browser, browser applications. And now students, we will talk about the basic structure in Java programming. uh, what is the basic structure of a Java program? So students, there are some key points we will see one by one to write a Java program. Students, um, basic structure in Java programming. And first important point is, in your Java program you should written comments. What are comments? And comment statements are the non-executable statements and in the Java. and and these are non-executable statements, and why we need to write in your Java program. This is the reason, students, for the sake of the users to understand and what the action is going to be taken in your program or statements. And now the declaration of a class. And students, a class can be declared in your Java program by using class keywords. And you can also use the access specifiers according to the visibility uh, of your class data members. And third point is declaration of a main function, and main function should be declared by using the body of the main function is also declared within the curly braces also. And next is one, and termination of each statement must be indicated with the semicolon. And next is one, and the closing of the curly braces indicate the closing of the main function and class also. And 2 points are, students should be keep remember. Class name must not be a Java reserved keywords, and class names should be meaningful or relevant to the program. And now students, you can see here also what is the basic layout of a Java program. uh, uh, Java program, and first statement is a class declaration, students. And here comments is not included, so students, here you can easily comments, here you can easily add the comments also. uh, Program for addition, simply program for addition. And students, double slash line indicate here, this is the single line comment, right? If you want to give the multi-line comments, so students, you can write the comments within the this symbol, and you can write here any comments also in the multi lines, and that is end with the asterisk slash. Okay students, and this is known as the multi-line comments. And a single line comments is specified by double slash line. Okay students, and now and you should use the class declaration after the comments. And here a class keyword is used, and the class name is sample, and public here is a access specifier that is used according to the visibility of a class members. And now students, this is the main function declaration, that is the public static void main. And here students, public is a access specifier, and static is a keywords that the meaning of the static keyword here, uh, if we use a static keyword before any methods, and we there is no need to create a object to call this method, and this is automatically called by the JVM. So students, in a Java program, a main method is automatically called by the JVM, means Java virtual machine. And here void, students, is a return type, and main is a function name, and here string args square brackets within the circular brackets, and this is known as the arguments for the main function. And the strings is a data type of the argument, and args here the array of an arguments or parameters. And now students, this curly braces indicates the opening 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 for the main function, and this line indicates the declaration of the variables uh, and assignments, and also assignments of the assignments or initialization of the variables. And here variable a b c also uh, is also declared as well as initialized. And here students, this statement represents the dynamic initialization of the c variables, and that is equivalent to the a plus v. And this statement is used in your program system.out.println is used for print any message or value of a program. And here students, system is a class, and out is a object within the of a system class, and println method within the system class, and that is accessed uh, by using the system class named out here. And now students, this curly braces represents the closing of main function, and this curly braces represents the closing of the class. And now students, this is all about the points of a Java program, of a layout of a Java program. And now students, there is a two pre output statement. First is one system.out.println, and second is one okay students, and there is no second one. Second one maybe आपका system.out.print. Okay students, second output statement is all maybe system.out.print. It means the output can be print in the same line, but if you use the system.out.println, it means the output is printed in the next line. And now students, Java programming with BlueJ. Students, this topic is completely practical oriented, so we will discuss this topic later. Okay students.